All right. So our prompt was on Walmart and how it affects the community. I'm Joe Souza.
I'm Josh Figgard.
I'm Randy Frazier.
And I'm Ben Badarian.
The topic or introduction to our project is the problem is when Walmarts are being built, it's affecting local communities. It's eventually decreasing the amount of jobs. It's making more payments for taxpayers, and it's making small businesses struggle.
Yeah. So obviously, when we're looking at Walmart, there's a big discussion on whether it's good and bad and the effects that it has on the communities that it's placed in. So there's several theories about the effects that Walmart has on a particular area. From our studies, though, we realized that there's more negative effects than positive effects.
There's been a lot of sources saying how Walmart can be very bad for local communities. Forbes has come out with articles saying that it's a lot of people's jobs have been terminated and there's been a decline in people's pay and benefits.
So what we really are talking about, we're talking about how it's proven that Walmart reduces retail employment by 2.7%, 7%, in every India or something, and their employment's automatically going down. Existing retailers in the area suffer greatly in sales, so a lot of these small businesses are going under due to the fact that Walmart's just coming in. Walmart admitted to failing to pay $2.95 billion in taxes in 2009, and that's including the United States and overseas. This means that the hardworking taxpayers who are in the area have to pick up the payment. So building these Walmarts, roads, and everything, that falls on the taxpayer.
All right. So the caveat of our project, it's applying only to areas where customers' demand for products is being met. In areas where demand is not being met, there's a benefit to having a Walmart. Of course, because people are getting jobs, you would think low-wage jobs, and it makes more products available for the customers or the consumers.
So we generalized a lot of the problems from Walmart into 6 main critiques or criticisms that we would have. So the first one would be how Walmart costs jobs. And that would be if you're looking at small businesses. Obviously, they have employees that work for them too that are going to be out of business. Walmart pays substandard wages, meaning that those small businesses could be paying, $10, $12, but instead we're looking at minimum wage jobs. Walmart doesn't pay health insurance for a lot of their workers either. That needs to go away. Walmart destroys local businesses, like I was saying before. Small businesses in the area are definitely being hit hard by these big corporations that come in and start taking a lot more consumers from them. Walmart is a burden on the government, and Walmart hurts the environment that we live in.
And like we said, it's been affecting a bunch of people, a bunch of different communities. They lose money. The hourly wages aren't good at all. Living standards are deteriorating because of it, as well as a poor working environment. There's a lot of discrimination in who gets the jobs, as well as illegal immigrants getting these positions, and they work off the clock, which is not good for them at all. It also affects the government as well, in terms of it's hurting its retail trades and disrupting the local communities that the Walmarts are in, and as well as trafficking. As well as just the community character in general. It also affects the environment. It relies on government programs to provide healthcare and as well as fringe benefits for everyone.
Yeah, so if we're talking about poor working environment, when you look at the people that work for Walmart, a lot of them aren't going to complain about working off the clock or discrimination or even if they're illegal because of the fringe benefit that it carries. So Walmart's fringe benefit is most of the people that work for the company are somehow, one way or another, they're involved in stocks with Walmart. So obviously, if you have money in a business, you're going to want to see them succeed. So most of them are willing to work off the clock. They're willing to stay late. They're willing to clean up and help out around here, which is good for the business, which is good for Walmart, but it's not good for everyday Americans like me and you.
The long-term effects of Walmart on local communities are a higher unemployment rate. There's less local businesses, so there's less small businesses and people actually owning their own businesses. There's less middle-class wealth and there's less upper middle-class wealth. So, and there's also lower average annual salary along with hourly pay. So when you have these average hourly pays, communities are less affluent and have less money to spend at their own businesses. And then Walmart has a monopoly on so many things. So you can go to Walmart and pretty much buy anything. You can buy food, buy clothes, buy pretty much anything that you can think of. You can buy it at Walmart. So when you're buying everything at Walmart, there's no need to shop anywhere else. So a lot of these other stores that like a small town drugstore would just go out of business just because of Walmart.
Yeah, Walmart is actually looking into trying to get credit too. So if they're able to get credit cards out, that's even one more thing. So I know a lot of the banks are nervous right now. They're going back and forth with our government and all those policies on whether or not Walmart should be able to release credit to the consumers.
All right. So next is what to do or what should be done about what's going on with Walmart. First thing is a raise in minimum wage. This has been a big debate in the last couple of years or so because there's a lot of negatives and positives to it. But it allows workers to have more money, which they can spend more money and get it back into the economy of the flow. But it also has negative effects because they have to raise wages, so small business owners have to either cut their employees so that they can make the payments towards the employees that they have to keep their profitability. Also, like I was saying, they have to make new layoffs illegal. So firms are going to attempt to lay off workers. They don't have to actually lay off the workers, but they're still going to try to do so their profitability goes up or stays the same.
Some positives for workers, they'll have more money to spend, obviously, as well as have more flexibility with their hours, and it won't be as robotic as working at Walmart would be. Option to pay for their own health insurance. Obviously, some negatives would be for Walmart. More money out of their pocket would be spent, and as well as higher prices would have to be tagged. Some positives for the community in general. Obviously, as we mentioned before, more small businesses can compete with these big corporations, as well as more money to be spent in the local community and the economy as well as a whole.
So for our visualization, we wanted to achieve higher living standards and quality of products from ulterior business options. You will see small businesses flourish and their employees' benefits and health insurance increase, making it more appealing for you to work for that business in particular. Better annual salaries for employees will also come with that. For those who are one-sided in defense of Walmart, will only shop there could be some consequences in adjusting to this plan. So people will still want to shop at Walmart, but their prices will still be higher, so people won't want to shop there as often. So it's better for the community, but it's worse for the consumer. You address the issues on how Walmart's bad for local businesses and those who work for Walmart. You level the playing field by putting all these high revenues and taking these revenues from these giant businesses and putting them in small businesses and putting them in these in the hands of middle class people.
All right, so just to wrap it all up, we had that Walmart takes advantage of their employees. Obviously, they have people working for very low wages and working a lot of time. So pretty much what we said was that Walmart is affecting local communities. Whether the minimum wage goes up or not, it's still going to affect local communities. More people are going to shop at Walmart because everything's in one area. And Walmart also accepts things like food stamps and stuff like that, while most local businesses don't. Also, so if the minimum wage were to increase, Walmart would raise their prices. So still, the local businesses would have to either lower their prices, which takes away from their profitability, which is hurting them again and may make them cut more employees. So when Walmarts are brought into the local communities, they end up destroying small businesses in that community because they have the unbeatable everyday low prices, as they always say, which is forcing them to pay their employees more, will make them increase their prices, allowing for small businesses to finally keep up and keep serving their communities. It will help, but it won't diminish or delete what the Walmart is doing to those small businesses in the community.
And then one more thing that I wanted to note in our practice video was we found a video that we wanted to present to the class from YouTube that actually I think would get a lot of people thinking about if Walmart was good or bad for the community. It's about a family that actually was shopping there and found a syringe in one of the clothing items. So I think that's going to be pretty cool to show to the class and to get some people on our side